What's up, Sam Strong members? Here we go for FitCamp number 2 this week. Got a slightly longer workout plan for you guys. As always, we'll start with our movement prep. We're going to introduce a little bit of mini band shoulder prep work. We'll get into the lower body, couple of toe walks, couple of heel walks, round it out with a couple of body weight quarter squats. Into our pillar prep for today, a bunch of stuff on our back. That's what supine means. Supine stiff leg raise, seated stiff leg raise, supine shoulder raise, a Superman hold, supine heel tap, a Russian twist, a supine V-up, and then our dead bug position. Tiny bit of plyometrics for today. We'll start with some 2-footed hops for speed. We'll get into our runner skip for height, and we'll round it out with a 2-footed broad jump for distance. Into our body weight strength for today, again, 4 rounds, shooting for at least 2. We'll start on the ground with a glute bridge, into some push-ups, into some mountain climbers, body weight squats, couple lunges, and then again, lastly, a little bit of cardio. I'm going to be hitting some basketball court suicides. Lastly, for regeneration, again, a full body stretch. Get into our movement prep. Introduce the mini band for this one. Mini band around the wrists. Get our shoulders going, pull it across at least shoulder width apart. Focus on getting those shoulder blades together, chest nice and tall, chest nice and proud. Pump them out, elbows back, elbows forward. Make sure those shoulder blades are squeezing in the back. Nice tight squeeze. Get everything nice and warm. Let's go over the head now, straight up and down. Shoulder width apart. And back to your side, pin your elbows to your body. Open it up a tiny bit. We'll do one side at a time, one arm at a time. A couple external rotations. Boom. That'll take care of our shoulders. Let's get into the lower body a tiny bit. Up onto our toes, toe walks. You do not need to move. If you want to move around a bit, couple steps forward, couple steps back, toe walks. Get those feet nice and warm, get the calves nice and warm. Transition, straighten that leg out. Let's get into stiff heel walks. Again, a couple steps forward, a couple steps back, heel walks. And lastly, let's get into a couple quarter body weight quarter squats. Nothing too crazy, they don't have to be deep. Just trying to get a little warm. Make sure your ankles are at least as wide as your hips. Ooh. And that's going to be our movement prep for FitCamp number 2. Now let's get into our pillar prep. As always, we will always start with an upper ab exercise, transition into a lower ab exercise, do some kind of oblique twisting movement, and then lastly some kind of core movement that'll get all of the oblique muscles, abdominal muscles involved. We're going to do 2 sets of 4 different exercises. Hold these for at least 30 seconds and we'll transition into the next exercise. We'll start off with our stiff leg raise. For the lower ab, I'm going to do 10 reps. You're going to go for time. Keep those hips on the ground. Transition into our shoulder raise. Get into our heel touches for the obliques. Ooh. Lastly, round it out with our big giant V-ups to meet in the middle. Legs and arms raised simultaneously, 10 reps. Round number 1 complete. 30 seconds of rest. We'll get into round number 2. Take your rest, Sam Strong. I'm gonna get started a little early. Here we go. Back to our lower ab. We're going to go with a seated stiff leg raise over the yoga block. The higher you go, the taller the yoga block is, the harder the exercise is. I'm gonna start nice and easy, level 1. Stand nice and tall. Focus on moving from the hip. A little harder will be 2-footed. And then again, as I mentioned, make it a little tougher on yourself. Get that yoga block up a little higher. Lower ab exercise. Let's get into our upper ab exercise. For this next one, we're gonna get into a Superman hold. Superman hold. Arms extended over your head, legs nice and straight. I want you to squeeze those glutes as hard as you can. Get your wrist off the ground, get your ankles off the ground. We're gonna hold it for 30 seconds. Here we go. Up. And down. Ooh, not done yet. Let's get into our oblique exercise so we can get back into our Russian twist. Feet on the ground makes it a little bit easier. Feet off the ground makes it a little harder. I'm gonna keep the feet on the ground. Focus on twisting those shoulders side to side. Bring that shoulder all the way across to the midline. Big twist for speed as well. Ooh, let's get into our dead bug position now. We'll go opposite sides, alternating. Dead bug, and that's pillar prep for today. Now let's get into our plyometrics. I like finding a line on the basketball court. For this first one, we're gonna go 2-footed hops for speed, back and forth on the line. You guys are shooting for 30 seconds. I'm gonna demo for 20. Here we go, 2-footed hops for speed, and go. Two-footed hops for speed. Catch your breath, 20-second break. We'll get into our runner skip for height. For the runner skip, we're gonna go opposite sides. When that left knee comes up, I want you to come up with that right hand as well. When that right knee comes up, I want you to come up with that left hand. I want you to reach up for the sky. Let's go for as much height as you can. Runner skip for height, 6 reps, 3 per leg. Catch your breath, 20 seconds of rest. Next, we'll get into our broad jump. It's gonna be a 2-footed hop for distance. We're gonna go for 6 reps as well. Ankles in line with your hips. Want you to drop down, get those arms involved, nice big swing, broad jump. Gather yourself, 1, 2, 6. That's gonna be our plyometrics for today.
Action. Okay.
Now let's get into our body weight strength. You guys are shooting for 4 rounds, minimum 2, somewhere between 2 and 4 rounds for time. Let's get these as quickly as possible. I have the workout written right next to me. You guys follow along with me. No need for you to keep looking back. I'll be announcing out the workouts and the reps. Again, this is for speed as quickly as you can. We're gonna start with our glute bridge. Here we go. And go. 12 push-ups. $20 mountain climbers, 10 per side. We'll hop on up. 12 body weight squats. Twenty lunges, 10 per leg. 30 seconds of cardio. I'm going to use this basketball court to do some suicides. Baseline to free throw, back to baseline, half, back to baseline. Here we go. Round number 1, done. Now let's get into our regeneration. For today, we're going to hit a couple lower body stretches, a couple upper body stretches, a few yoga poses that I know are all really good stretches for you to perform after any workout. So feel free to repeat this routine for your movement break, for your stretch break. If you've been seated for about an hour, get up and repeat this routine every hour for about 5 minutes. So right off the bat for me, I'm going to go ahead and kick the shoes off, and we're going to start the regen where we started our warm-up, our movement prep. Up onto those toes. Couple toe walks, again, forward, backwards. Not only does this warm up the calf muscle, warm up the bottom of your feet, the muscles in the bottom of your feet, it will also stretch them out. And that's what we need right now, is to get a little stretch in the bottom of those feet, forwards, backwards, side to side. Lock that knee out. Let's get into our heel walks. Feel that stretch all on the back of the calf, bottom of the feet. Ooh. And then lastly, let's rock back and forth, up onto the toes, heels, back up onto the toes, back onto our heels. And now let's get down into our quadruped position. Wrist and shoulders in line, hips and knees in line. I want you to rock back and forth a few times. Let's go for 3 rocks. 1, 2, 3. Hold it on that last one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoot forward, walk your hands out, bring those hips down to the ground, and then let's get into our cobra position. Chest nice and proud, squeeze those glutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rock back, sit back onto your heels again. Three, 2, 1. One more time into that cobra position, get those hips down onto the ground. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze, 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 squeeze. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into our quadruped position. Go ahead and get off your hands. Either side, I'm going to start with my right leg, my right knee out first. Want you to hop onto those toes on that back foot as well. Feel this in the hip. Rock forward a tiny bit with your elevated knee and reach up for the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch those legs out, switch those knees out. Rock that knee forward and reach up to the sky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lastly for today, back up onto our feet, ankles below the hips, sink down into a squat, hold it at the bottom. Hold this one a little bit longer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and stand it up all the way. Again, that'd be a really good routine for you guys to repeat every hour that you're seated. Hop on up, repeat this routine for about 5 minutes. If you like the workout for today, the FitCamp workout for today, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll be uploading it regularly with updated workouts for you guys. Good job, Sam Strong.